Welcome back to another edition of Metabolic Flexibility. My name is Dr. Joel Rosen. I am the Adrenal Fatigue Recovery Ninja. I might as well call myself the Metabolic Flexibility Ninja because we are trying to get your body back. We're trying to get you to be able to be rehydrated, have high mineral concentrations, allow ATP to use those minerals, absorb good quality foods, get good leafy green vegetables, get good high quality proteins. If you don't eat protein, then you got to go out and you're a vegetarian, you got to make sure you're getting your wide array of essential and non-essential amino acids without boosting your glucose levels too much and not getting enough, and maybe getting enough iron and B12. That's a whole other video series, and that's part of my community, and that's why I'm doing this. We're creating an amazing community at the Adrenal Fatigue Society.com, and that's where you can get these lessons and many, many more and be part of our tribe and go through different treks. So anyways, back to what we're talking about here. We're talking about electrolyte depletion. We're talking about glucose instability. We're talking about what you think of as being hypoglycemic, or being insulin resistant, or being dysglycemic, or a little bit of both, and not being able to lose weight, and not being able to recover from your adrenal fatigue nightmare. That's what we're talking about. So anyways, we're talking about how many hands up for those that have low blood pressure. How many hands up where your doctor says, it's great, Mrs. Jones, you got low blood pressure. Wait a minute, it's not great. You need that blood pressure to be able to circulate your blood, your oxygen, your nutrients to your cells, to allow metabolic activity, to remove waste products, to deliver oxygen to your brain. How many people with low blood pressure feel that's not good, Mrs. Jones? How many Mrs. Jones out there feel, I have brain fog, I have no energy, I can't focus, I can't concentrate? How could that possibly be good? It's not good. And what happens is, over time, this compensatory mechanism where you're spilling out all that glucose, your insulin may be high or low, but whatever it is, it's causing you to have too much glucose going into the bloodstream, and too much glucose coming out of the bloodstream, and too much urine coming out of your pee, and glucose coming out of your pee. What happens is, ultimately, you become dehydrated. And if you're drinking crappy juices, you're making even more of a problem. But if you're drinking water, you're not keeping up. It's like a treadmill that keeps speeding up, speeding up, speeding up, and you keep falling off, and eventually you fall off and you bump your chin. That's where you are right now. So what ultimately happens is, when you do this, you're going to lose your sodium, and you're going to lose your potassium over time. But then angiotensin, renin kicks in, and you start to upregulate your sodium, and you're doing whatever you can, but ultimately it's not going to be enough. And then you're going to lose both over time. And when you lose both over time, your blood pressure is going to go down. It's going to go down big time. And when you lose both over time, what's going to happen is you may start to take your blood glucose, and you're saying, you're 100% opposite, Dr. Rosen. My potassium levels are super high, or my sodium levels are super high. Yeah, what's happening is your body is compensating, and it's spilling out those minerals into your bloodstream, even though those aren't going out through the urine, and that's causing you to try to compensate as much as you can. It's like, okay, you're cashing your mutual funds now, and you're spending all you can just to help sort of make it go away. And you're in metabolic mayhem. That's where you are. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about. And really it focuses on fixing the electrolytes, fixing the glucose, doing some fasting. And so that's what the whole point of this metabolic series is. I want you to subscribe to my everything that I do. And we do a bunch of different programs, from free stuff to paid stuff, to, this is basically a primer to all of the programs that we're doing out there. And keep tuned, because I'm going to tell you what some other things that are out there that you can look at. So we'll tell you on the